What's up, guys? Kevin here from Relax and Learn Guitar. We're back for another live stream lesson this Wednesday evening. Make sure things are working here while we get going. Bless you.
Excuse me?
That voice you hear behind the camera is my wife, Vicky. She helps a ton with Relax and Learn Guitar. You can go up a little bit. Just a tad. The little ears you might see is our good old Maggie May, our official mascot here at Relax and Learn Guitar. And she loves to get in on the action. We here at Relax and Learn Guitar believe you're never too old to learn. We're doing a little live lesson tonight. Got some great, what's up, Brad Davis? He said bless you. Yeah, Miss Vicky's got a little bit of a sneeze going on. So Miss Maggie May likes to get her treats before we get things underway. Hello, Mr. Robert Phillips. How are you? And glad you're here. This is the Relax and Learn Guitar YouTube channel. If you're new around here, we, like I said, believe you're never too old to learn. I like to teach folks how to play guitar with some easy to follow lessons. And there's some treats for you. And I may have dropped one. Yes, I will.
You bet. Give me.
Give her another. I got one more. Yeah. Sorry about that. What's up? Blueser Diana's here. Terry Chally's in the house. Richard Fisher is here. And Jeff Showers. Good to see everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you grab your guitar and tune it up and follow along tonight. We're going to be doing some blues. Just finished up a blues challenge with members at Relax Learn Guitar. Time flies, doesn't it? Just last week we spent 3 nights digging deep into the blues, had a ton of fun, which kind of led to the idea to do this here on YouTube. The blues are always fun to learn, and I'm planning to kind of cover the basics tonight, but there's so much to expand on once you get the blues basics down. What's up, Linda Adams? Hello. And if you are not yet a member at Relax Learn Guitar, I left a link in the description. You can click there to check out everything the membership has to offer, including those members only guitar challenges. And I see several members on tonight. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you watching and for your support. So I think I caught up there. If anybody has any questions tonight, just leave them here in the comments. Vicky will help answer those as well and make sure we stay on track. Maggie May will continue to root for snacks and try to knock things over. Come here. Come up here. Come on. Up, up. There we go. That's okay.
Move that guitar.
Yeah. She's like, just give me the snack and get out of the way. She doesn't want to play guitar today. So welcome, and let's get rolling here. So tonight I'm planning to cover just kind of a 12-bar blues and teach you guys a little blues shuffle in the key of A. So we're going to talk about what that means. We're going to talk a lot about 1-4-5s and what that means, and I'll show you the kind of basic, most common 12-bar blues. There's a lot of different versions, but a very common structure for 12-bar blues. So you can play your own blues songs.
Patricia.
What's up, Patricia Stamber? Hello to you. And I'm going to do this with a little bit of, is Brad on? Yeah. Brad always enjoys my super high-tech explanations. We'll be using the whiteboard. It is a little busy, but we'll be talking about that tonight, and I'll show you, wanted to give you guys a little bit of a visual as we learn this 12-bar blues shuffle and get going through it. What's up, Rick Russell? Good to see you. Good evening. And before we get into the super high-tech whiteboard, I wanted to talk to you about the first thing we're going to talk about, which is what 1, 4, and 5 means. So you're going to hear this a bunch, especially in blues, And if you're ever out watching musicians or watching them on YouTube or whatever, and you hear folks talking, it's kind of the language they use to talk about the chords. Instead of kind of saying like the names of chords, this structure I'm going to show you, you can apply to any key. It just happens that tonight's lesson is in the key of A. Woohoo! Brad's super fired up about the super intricate, high-tech whiteboard, which I'm building it up too much. I should just not even talk about it. So for the night's lesson, this is a blues shuffle in the key of A. So the thing you need to remember for this, a few things, but most importantly, is the one chord for this blues tune is going to be an A. The 4 chord is going to be a D, and the 5 chord is going to be an E. And the way we get there, real brief without going into details, the 1 chord is the first chord or the root, so that's A, because we're playing in the key of A, so A is 1, then just count up, B, C, D is the 4 chord, and then E is the 5 chord. So you'll need to remember that as we get going. What's up, Skip? Good to see you, man. And Mike Doris is here, and Michael Brady Bradnick. Hope I got that right. Sorry if I butchered your name. Hey, what's up, Diana? They're just chatting with each other. It's awesome to see members connect. So the thing with the 12-bar blues is there is a very common structure for this 1-4-5 and the order that things get played in. And obviously there's 12 bars in the 12-bar blues. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you this
high-tech,
super high-tech that I've built up to some craziness, but hopefully this works. I'll try not to have it totally in the way. Does it all fit? Mm-hmm. And if you guys, hopefully you can see it. If not, just let me know if you have questions. What's up, Dennis? Good to see you. I just saw your text coming through. Or messages. I'll have to catch up with you after the live. So in the 12-bar blues, I told you there's a lot of 1, 4s, and 5s, and they're usually shown as a Roman numeral. So a large Roman numeral means major chord, and the 1s and the 4s and the 5s in this order. So the numbers are the bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And then the large Roman numerals are the chords that you play in that 12-bar blues. So let's talk about the chords for this in the key of A. I said the A chord is the 1 chord. But we're going to be doing power chords for this version of the blues. So let's learn those power chords here, and we'll plug them into this formula. So for an A power chord, and a power chord is basically 2 strings, which is even cooler. And it plays, well, without too much theory, a power chord is the kind of root and the 5th tone of the chord. So for an A power chord, you're going to need to play the 5th string open, and then you're going to have your index finger here on the 4th string 2nd fret. You're only going to play strings 5 and 4. That's an A for the purposes of this blues shuffle. 5th chord, 5th string open, 4th string, 2nd fret with the index, strings 5 and 4. That is your A chord or the 1 chord. For the D, another reason this is a really good place to start with the blues is it's going to be easier to remember. So for the D chord, we're only going to just move 1 finger. That's the only one we have fretted. You're going to move your index finger down to the 3rd string 2nd fret. You're going to play the 4th string open and that 3rd string 2nd fret. So you're only playing strings 4 and 3. And that's the D power chord. So for this A, the open 5th string is an A note, and that fretted 4th string 2nd fret is an E, and that's why it's the 1st and 5th, so A, B, C, D, E. For this D, the open 4th string is a D note, and then you're fretting that 3rd string on the 2nd fret. That's an A note, D, E, F, G, A. So a little bit of theory tonight in this lesson. And then for the E chord, which will be the 5 chord for this 12-bar blues. You're going to play the open E string, 6th string, and you're going to fret the 5th string with the index finger on the 2nd fret, and just play strings 6 and 4. And that's the E chord for this shuffle. So you have A, 5th and 4th string, the D, move that finger down and play 4th and 3rd string, and the E, move that finger back up to the 5th string, play the 6th and 5th string. So you're really just moving around here on the 2nd fret with your index finger for this shuffle. Questions, let me know. What's up? Alan Gentry is in. Oh, Tim's here. What's up, Tim? Better late than never. So what I want to show you for the shuffle piece, and also kind of talk about what a bar is. So for this purposes of this little shuffle tune, a bar is going to be basically 8th notes, one series of 8th notes. So let's start with this A chord. We're just going to strum down 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's one bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So for these bars, you have one set of 8th notes in your strumming pattern for each bar. This will all put together here in a second. And that can get a little monotonous. So the cool thing about the blues is once you have this basic structure, there is all kinds of stuff you can do to embellish later, but you really got to get this stuff down first. What's up, Dennis? Haha, Dennis just got some new guitars. He was sharing about them. Got a Stella and a Recording King. Awesome, dude. Congratulations on new used guitar day. Always a big day. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm going to recommend that you just strum all down. We're not going to get fancy, just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. To work in this little shuffle piece, we're going to be doing some hammer-ons. I do want to tell you to tap your toe as well. Your toe should tap. Your toe should tap on the whole note. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You can see my foot. You're going to see 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So tap that toe to keep your rhythm. Build this in. So with a shuffle piece, you're going to be hammering down onto the 4th string, onto the 4th fret with your ring finger on the 2nd and 4th beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all down. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a little bit to coordinate there because you should tap your toe while you're playing. You have that hammer on the 2nd and 4th beats. For that D, here's the beauty of this little shuffle. We're just going to repeat this same exact pattern kind of shape. So you're going to move down to this D chord. Remember, put your index finger here on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, 4th string's open. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to use that ring finger to hammer down onto the 4th fret of that 3rd string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to the A. Okay. E, you guessed it. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to do down strums on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you're going to hammer onto that 4th fret with your ring finger again, only this time you're on the 5th string. So you have A, D, E. All right. So what I've done, super technical here, I have a second whiteboard. So going all out. So hopefully this makes sense. If you guys have questions, just leave them here in the comments. But this is a very common structure for the 12-bar blues and the shuffle we'll play tonight. But I went ahead and did this board with the actual chords on them. So hopefully there's a little delay. So this board shows you, still got the bars, the numbers still mean the bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now we've just plugged this in. I told you guys the A chord is the 1, the D is the 4, and the E is the 5. I just plugged these in the order we're going to play them for this shuffle. Remember, each bar is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and count. So Robert says, so no matter what you play, it's still in a tight. I'm not sure what that means. Robert, if you want to elaborate or clear that up.
No matter what fret you play, it's still...
Oh, no matter what fret you play, it's still in a tight. Yeah, Robert, you'll have to kind of let us know what you mean about that comment. So for this purpose, we're going to start here on that A. We're going to tap our toe on those whole beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So we're going to start here on the A chord for 4 measures. So we'll count them out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 4. 3 and 2 and 3 and 4. 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. Move up to the D for measures 5 and 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4. And back to that A for 2 more bars. For bars 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then we're going to go to that E for 1 bar. So these last 4 bars of the 12-bar blues, you're moving the chords around a little bit more. You're kind of building the basis, you're building the foundation here in bars 1 through 4. You're giving them an idea that something's going to change here in bars 5 through 8, and then like 9 through 12 brings it on home to like move back up and back down. So the 9th one is the E. And you're going to jump up to the D for 1 bar. Back to the A for 1 bar. And then this last the 12th bar, it's going to depend on where you are in the song. So for the 12th bar, if you are continuing to play, you're going to play that E, the 5th chord there in the 12th bar. It's called the turnaround. You're basically turning around and doing it again. So like you've gone through the 12 bars, let's turn around, back the car up, and drive through the bars again. If you're ending the song, you're going to always end on the 1 chord, the root, the basis of the entire tune. But for this purpose, we'll play that E again. So we play that from the top again. Oh, let me see here. No matter what fret, it is still an A, right? Yeah, so the A chord is that 5th string open and the 4th string on the 2nd fret. That's the A chord. Then the D, you just move up, and your index finger moves to that 3rd string, 2nd fret, and the E moves to the 5th string, 2nd fret. That A is here. The A is always that open 5th string and that 4th string, 2nd fret. That's always the A chord. What's up, Mr. Francis Maloney? Good to see you. Talk to you in comments a lot. Good to see you on a live. Michael Gregory, no problem being late. Better late than never. So let's start from the top here. We'll have to make up some lyrics or something. Vicky's shaking her head no. 3rd bar. 4th bar. D for 2. Back to the A for 2. Moving around. E1. D for 1. A for 1. So then on that turnaround, you can do a couple different things. I like playing that E, actually an E7 chord. It's really easy to play that. We're used to playing here for our E. An E7 chord, you're just going to add in, you're going to leave that fourth string open. You're just going to add your index finger on the third string first fret. And your middle finger is going to play the fifth string second fret. So that E turns us around. Turn around the car and let's go again. Brad says, I think Robert is asking when you hammer onto the other fret is still on the A chord. Yes, that is right. So no matter that shuffle, when you're hammering onto this fourth fret, you're just kind of moving up that to that note and back, and that's kind of the shuffle part. It's still an A chord. When you shuffle on that D, it's still the D chord. And remember, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's one bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's one bar for each of these 12. And I like that. Remember to tap that toe. You can take it real slow. That's the cool thing about blues. You can go slow. Try to tap that toe so they can hear it. D, A, E7. And you can speed it up if you're a little further along. Same thing applies. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. But you need to kind of get this basis kind of as your foundation first. So you hear me say a lot, and relaxed on guitar members probably get tired of me saying this. Learn it correctly first and quickly later. The same thing applies here with the blues. Learn the correct structure and like the reasons for it and the whole push and pull. I mean, there's a reason that this music has been around for so long, and it's pretty much influenced modern music and rock and country, and I mean, it's influenced everything. But if you want to get fancy, you can play it faster. You can add in another hammer on. We were doing this this past week with some members. You can add that pinky onto that hammer on for that fifth fret on each of those chords. There's a lot you can do here. I was kind of sticking with the basics for to understand what the 1-4-5 is, why it is that way, what the 12-bar blues is, and what an easy basic shuffle is a good way to go. So if you guys have questions, let me know here in the comments, or the chat, I should say. It's not so much the comments. We have a ton of fun with this at our members challenge last week, so I just wanted to kind of share it here. So the biggest thing to remember is the structure doesn't ever change, just the key. So like we were learning Sweet Home Chicago, which was in the key of E. So in there, the E is the 1 chord, the A is the 4 chord, and the B is the 5 chord. So that doesn't change, the 1-4-5s. It's just what chords you plug in there to play them. And that shuffle is pretty universal. You'll hear that a lot in a lot of blues. He said, yes, it's so cool. Yeah, that's still an A. You're just kind of embellishing a little bit to hammer it. Don says, yeah, you are welcome for this lesson, Don. My pleasure. And this is just a good place to start for it. The last thing I'll say is to play around with some palm muting, especially if you're playing, well, whether you're playing acoustic or electric. You can play this without without palm muting, and it sounds fine. If you palm mute it, I think it just sounds a little cooler, a little bluesier. So that was without the palm mute. Palm muting, you're resting this fat part of your palm here, kind of the outside edge of your hand by your pinky down to your, around to your thumb. You're resting that right onto your strings. Rest your hand on your strings back by your bridge. So you get this effect, which I've been playing pretty much the whole night, a muted effect. Just sounds a little cooler, and it's a way to add some dynamics. You can also palm mute the whole, all 11 bars, and then open it up for that 12th bar where that E comes in. So you have that at the end. Let's see, that would sound like this. So I kind of like that. It's a way to add interest to it because this can get monotonous. The cool thing with the blues is like the rhythm section's over here just crushing it with this progression, and everyone kind of knows where the road's going, and then people just kind of go off. You listen to the blues, there's, guitar solos, drum solos, horns, I mean, you name it. All that can be built on top of this foundation of 12-bar blues, which I think is pretty amazing. Let's see, Linda says Comcast is having their usual internet issues tonight. Oh, that stinks. Keep getting bumped out, so I'll try to pick up later on. Thanks and have a good night. You have a good night too, Linda. If you want to check out, Linda's a member, so if you log into the membership area, the Sweet Home Chicago members lesson that's in there covers a lot of this basic 12-bar blues information. Good to know. What's up, Terry? Is there different Martin than you usually? Yes. Noticing the guitars. This is the Martin Dreadnought Jr., which I really like. It's a great little blues guitar. Great for finger picking too. So yes, it is a shorter scale than my usual Martin that I play. You guys have a good, oh, they're saying goodnight to each other. So I'm going to wrap things up here. If you guys have questions, let me know. We always check back in too. So if we finish up the live tonight and you guys have questions, put them in the comments on YouTube. We're always kind of checking things out, and we'll definitely get back to you. Otherwise, add this one to your daily kind of practice regimen and add some blues to your life. I promise that you will like it. Michael, Australia. Wow. Thanks for tuning in, man. I'm not sure what time it is over there, but appreciate it. And before I go, if you would like to learn 7 more songs, I'm going to leave a link in the description for a video I did where I show you how to play 7 different songs using just 4 chords. I'll leave a link, and I'll leave a card up here, so you can always check that out too. For those of you that are coming in after the live lesson has ended, that's a good place to head next to learn some more guitar. And as always, if you want to become a member at Relax on Guitar and check out all the perks, you can check out that link in the description for the full access membership at Relax on Guitar. And again, thanks members for tuning in. I appreciate your support. And for folks who are not members that have found us out new tonight, welcome, and hope you come back and subscribe and check us out.
That was when you didn't want to turn around anymore.
You play the 1 chord. So whenever you're done with the turnarounds and you're kind of wrapping things up, make sure you always end on the 1. So those last 4 bars would sound like this. Or whatever, as long as you land on the A, that's what's going to wrap things up. A lot of times they'll kind of drag that out at the end there. We are going to end on an A7 just because those 7 chords sound cool on blues. So that 12th bar is either a 1 or a 5. It's going to be a 5 if you're going to turn it around. It's going to be a 1 if you're going to finish. You are welcome, Terry, and you are welcome. Good night, Mr. Fisher. You're welcome, Tim. And Mike Doris, ton of great info in the membership. Oh, thank you, Mike. I'm glad you like it, and I appreciate you being there. We feel very fortunate to get what we do, and we appreciate our members very much. My I say we, it's Vicky and I and Maggie May. I mean, what you see is what you get. So we're going to wrap things up. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys for the next lesson.